Good morning, everybody. It is a moment of hope with Upward Transitions. And this morning we have our outgoing board president, Mr. Stephen Curry. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning. Hi.
How are you this morning?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good. Just wanted to take a minute and introduce you to the Upward Transitions crowd, audience out there. So tell us a little bit about Stephen. How did you come to be a part of the Upward Transitions family?
Sure, yeah. So I am going on my 5th year of being involved with the organization. I got started originally with the organization through a client of mine through work who was on the board at the time. Kind of told me about Upward Transitions, the mission, kind of what the organization's all about. I went to our Upward American Tourist event, and got involved that way and ultimately joined the board that summer.
What was the theme that year for American Tourist? Do you remember?
It was a Hawaiian kind of Polynesian theme. I forget the name of it, but it was fun. Had a pig roasting. It was fun.
I'm always fascinated by the themes that you guys come up with, American Tourists. They're always so fun.
It is. It's very fun. It's a great event.
Yes. So your year as board president has been unique. Started out like every other, but definitely has ended quite differently. So tell us a little bit about your year, your favorite parts, your not so favorite parts. Just tell us about your year as board president.
Yeah, sure. So this is actually my second year as board president. So the year prior had some interesting times as well, but certainly nothing like we've faced, in 2020. It's been a challenging time, not just for, our organization, Upward Transitions, but virtually every business has impacted the entire economy, and so that's definitely been challenging. I think what's been the hardest part is being able to deliver the service that our clients need and expect on a daily basis. When you basically shut everything down, you have to implement work from home policies, different things like that. It can be difficult to deliver those services. So I've been very impressed with the support from not only the community, but individual donors, from companies that see the need and the impact that we make at Upward Transitions, and their willingness and desire to help. And so that's, I think, in this crisis we've experienced, it's been very positive to see, the support that we're getting from the community, from everybody, from government leaders, from local leaders, from individuals. Our most recent American Tourist, which shifted, as you know, to an online event, was a very successful event, 100% online, and I think that speaks to individuals that wanted to get involved, that appreciate the mission, and know, especially during a global pandemic, our clients need us.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It's been an extraordinary year, and I think we have some extraordinary support for the mission. And I've only been here just a little bit, but just to be a part of that this long, to see us adapt and change to that kind of ever-changing, everyday change has been extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have a time in your board service that was just like, wow, this is why I'm here? Like this is exactly what Upward Transitions is all about. This moment brought me joy, like extraordinary joy.
Yeah, I mean, there's been several just amazing stories. When we hear the feedback from clients, through whether it's you or Perry Ann or through others, there's just amazing feedback. But I'll give you one specific example. So this was, I think, my first or second year being involved with the organization. So one of the events we do is the client cookout. There's limited interaction for us as board members with clients for obvious reasons, but there's a couple opportunities throughout the year that we can interact with clients. One being the client cookout, another client Christmas party. Well, in my first or second year involved with the organization, I had attended the client cookout where staff, board members, other volunteers prepare a meal for our clients and basically for the community at the Upward Transitions office. And so, the first year I was there, I wasn't able to make it. So this would have been my second year I attended, and I was responsible for passing out sodas and bottled water and that sort of thing. And so, as I was handing folks, their drinks, that afternoon, everybody was so thankful, not just for that meal that day, but for what Upward Transitions does on a daily basis, and getting to really see the the hope on the faces of the folks that we're working with and inspiring. That really changed a lot for me. I was already passionate about it, but after that day of getting to interact with these individuals and just seeing how much not only need there is, but how much that we're actually helping them and how appreciative they are, I think that was it changed a lot for me. And so that's part of why I really wanted to continue to grow within the organization and ultimately become the board president for the last 2 years. So I'm sad to roll off as the board president, but certainly will continue to be involved as an ongoing board member.
I was gonna say, you're not going anywhere.
No, I'm not going anywhere. No.
So if you had to describe Upward Transitions to someone in the community, from all your time with Upward Transitions, from meeting us at American Tourist to now, how would you describe Upward Transitions to someone who's never met us?
Yeah, I would say that we're an organization that does a couple of things. Homeless prevention is obviously a very big part of what we do. Keeping families, particularly families with young children, in homes. We all know the statistics of once an individual becomes homeless or crosses that threshold into homelessness, it has long-lasting impacts, especially if there's young children in the home. And so, I think a big part of what we do is keeping people either in their home through helping with rent and eviction, things like that, or also through rent or utility assistance as well. So I think that's a key component to it. But the other part of it is, helping individuals through ID, procuring an ID, a birth certificate, so they can find employment, find housing, that sort of thing. And so, I think we're a multifaceted organization that helps folks, not just folks, again, on the verge of losing their house. That's a big part of what we do, but it's also to help people on the front end to make sure they don't get in that position. So they do have gainful employment, means to get to their job, whether it's their transportation help, things like that. So, I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think the need in our community continues to grow. We all know the statistics. The need continues to grow, and we want to do more. We do. Obviously, we have limited resources, so we rely on a lot of our donors to help us, and we'd like to increase those services. So, the more money we can bring in or resources, the more people we can help, and I think that's great for our community.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right, and especially in the next few months as we see the rent moratoriums be lifted and those kind of things. I think we're going to have additional conversations about the services that you're talking about. So, those exact things that you're speaking of are why we're here. And so, yeah, that's exciting. So I have to ask you: is there a story you want to tell on your fellow board members? Is there a story from your board service that just is a funny one, or just something that pops to mind?
Oh gosh, I don't know that I've got one offhand. No, I'll say that we've got a very good and engaged board right now. We've got individuals that, early on when I had joined the organization, we had some wonderful people on the board. They had been there for a little while, and so as they were rolling off, we brought on some newer members, myself being one, that had some maybe different, newer ideas. And one of the things I've appreciated about the staff at Upward Transitions is they've been absolutely willing to try new things and try new ideas. I know Perry Ann has said that, if you've got an idea, let's talk about it. Let's try it. If it doesn't work, that's fine. We learned a lesson, we move on. But, we've got a very active and engaged board right now that I think is very willing to put in the work, really, the time and the effort, of course, the dollars as well, to really try to move the organization forward and really help us expand our services. So I guess I don't have any story to put anybody on the spot, so they'll all thank me later for that.
Yeah, there's a story somewhere.
Oh, I got plenty. They're just not appropriate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've been very impressed with the board. A board is one of those things that really makes or breaks an organization, and we have an extraordinary board at Upward Transitions. They're active, they're engaged, they support the organization, not only with their presence and their time and their financial support, but with their skills. They give their skills to the organization, whether they're an accountant or a lawyer or whatever they do, they bring it and fully to to the organization. And that has been amazing to watch. And so, and you do that too. And so as you roll off, we are so appreciative for all the things that you do for Upward Transitions. And we're glad you're not going anywhere. And we're glad that you're sticking around. And we're sad that we couldn't celebrate you in person because of all of the thing, but we'll find a time and a place where we can celebrate your board service. And so thanks for taking the time to share with us and share with everybody this morning. But just know that the board and you are just one of the things that makes this organization so wonderful and so great. And so we are very appreciative for you as you help lead and grow this organization as it does such amazing work and needed work.
Sure. Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. And I appreciate the kind words, and a big shout out and thank you to you and the rest of the staff over there. We have said it before, we have the best staff in the world that does a great job every single day. So we couldn't do what we do without you guys. So it's a collaborative effort, obviously. But working together, I think we do it seamlessly, and I think we execute very, very well. So thank you for having me this morning.
You're welcome. And everybody, we're going to have more conversations like these. We're so grateful for Stephen for joining us. Every Tuesday, we're going to have a moment of hope and a moment of upward transition. So thanks again, Stephen, for joining us, and have a great day, everybody.